Foxy Gamers, welcome back to Albion Online! I have done a little bit of work this week on our character, as well as actually learning about some things in this game. So, hopefully I'll be able to teach you guys some things, and if we have some other experienced people drop in, we can perhaps learn some more from them again, too. Now let's see, we got some market notifications, okay. Good deal, good deal. I always like some money. Go, hey Sean, how's it going? Hopefully my stream actually works this whole time. Of course, this game is a lot less demanding than Black Desert Online, so I don't imagine it'll be much of a problem. I was definitely streaming in 1080p last time I was playing this game. So I've also upgraded my island. I think the last time I streamed this, I had just made an island and planted a few things, and somebody informed me on how to do that. Now we have it upgraded, and we have a second farm plot, or rather, not a farm, I turned it into a pasture, and so I'll show that to you guys. And it's Beer Friday, so if you hear me sipping on something, it's a beer, because it's Beer Friday. Here's our janky little house we have. Woo! Pretty fancy. I've just got a chest here storing some farm equipment there. Sean says he actually ran into some problems with KSP the other day, even though he was at 720 and had to downgrade settings. Well, hopefully that doesn't happen this time. So far, it seems to be okay. Please let me know if the stream is not working for any of you guys. Anyway, here's our farm. We have some wheat and turnips and beans and carrots. Now, if you use this watering can, you use up your focus and it will give you back seeds. So if I don't water this... Hey, Fromac! Yay! Yeah, hopefully your internet holds up. I do too. If you water this, you'll get seeds back, and currently I'm not, because this patch will give me 200% seeds, and that's really all I need, because I've got some carrot seeds in store, and carrot seeds aren't really that expensive. I can buy them for pretty cheap off the marketplace, and I'd rather save my focus for more important things. Like these guys. Again, we have a lot of wheat seeds, so I'm only watering this one wheat patch and then the turnip ones, because their yield, I have yet to actually get more than one seed from these, because there's only a 27% chance of getting a second seed there. Anyway, this is just one of those things that you sort of let grow. They all take 22 hours, so they won't be growing until tomorrow. And over here we have our pasture. Now this is pretty fun because I've got all these cute little animals over here. Ooh, look at that. We had a baby chick. Fun times. So I can pick up this chick here. And, alright. Level mastered animal breeder. Let's see what that gives us. So every time we level up here, it gives us +1 bonus to focus cost efficiency when raising all animals. And I'm not 100% sure what that means just yet, whether it's 4 extra % chance of getting an extra seed or offspring, or if that means it costs me less focus but for the same amount of chance. I hope it's the first one, because I would rather have a higher chance than use less focus, to be honest. So now these chickens, now that they're full grown, I can feed them and they'll make eggs, or I can pick them up and sell them or butcher them. I don't feel like butchering any animals, so I might just sell them on the marketplace, let somebody else butcher them. I know it's just a video game, but I can't help it. So these chickens gave me 32 eggs. Alright. And now I'm gonna need to feed them again if I want them to produce more. And over here we have little kids. I have raised a few oxen, and that is like what allowed me to be able to do the kids. So here we have, let's see, Yeah, so level 1 rewards, you start out with full ox calf and baby chickens. And then once you level that up, down here, now we can raise goats and a higher quality horse and ox. And here I was curious as to what this was, this fawn. I'm like, how do I get a fawn? Because I can't buy that from the farm. Well, I guess what happens is if you're a skinner, you have a chance to actually loot a fawn after killing a stag, and then you can raise that and turn the stag into a mount. And these kind of things here that you can tame, like the swift claw cub, and let's see, down here we have a master fawn, ooh, and a direwolf pup. Oh my god, that's so cool! I want a direwolf pup. Direboar piglet, and oh, mammoth calf, so cute. Anyway, you can eventually find these guys later in the world, and you can raise them and turn them into very rare mounts. Obviously, they're incredibly expensive, so that's not going to happen for me anytime soon. Over here, we got a little foal. They take, apparently, 2 days to grow to full, so that's going to be a little while before we get that guy. But for now, we just have a bunch of goats. I would like to raise an adept ox, but buying the... Let's see, can I buy that from here? I don't think I can. Can I? Oh, yeah. So it's 37,000 silver, and on the marketplace, I've, like, seen it for more than that, which is dumb. I don't know why anybody would ever frickin' pay for more than they have to at the vendor, but it might be a little bit before I get those. Dire wolves would be awesome, Sean says. How about a dire fox? That would be sick. I wish I could raise foxes on my farm, but I guess they're not very good for riding because they're little. Okay, so I'm probably going to go buy another goat because I should have enough gold for that. Let me double check their price here. 3.7k. Yeah, I should easily be able to find one on the marketplace for less than that. And we'll feed our chickens too so that they produce some more eggs for us. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that the animals and farms and stuff take that long. It makes sense, because you're growing things. I guess that would be stupid if you could just stand there and click everything all day and get loot from it. But I like the farming so much. I wish I could do it more often. Okay. Also, I have this really bad habit of dismounting anytime I go to talk to an NPC. I don't know why I do that. Okay, so a baby kid. Oh, it's not actually very cheap right now. We do have enough silver, so I will go ahead and buy one and get the... Oh, wait. What did I buy over here? Why did I buy a Journeyman's Ox? What? Oh, aborted sell orders. Okay. It didn't sell, I guess. Well, that makes sense, because I think Journeyman Oxes are going for way cheaper than that now. Okay. Oh no, somebody already bought one! Ah, buy quick, yes! What you can do here, too, is you can create a buy order if you are patient and you just want to wait for someone to sell it for less. But I believe I have to actually deposit the money. I haven't actually tried it before, but that only makes the most sense, that I would have to deposit the money, and I've never had enough money on me to, like, just want to have it sitting in limbo, so I haven't done that yet. Perhaps later on when we have more silver. Alright, so we'll go feed this baby goat. Hopefully we have enough food. I don't remember what we have in our storage. I've been selling a lot of it, but as long as we have enough just for like a few hours, and then hopefully we'll get more money and could go buy more if we need to. Let's see here. I don't have any food. Well, shucks. Alright. Well, we're only going to be able to buy, like, 2 or 3 carrots. That'll be enough for now. At least they'll start growing, and we can feed them more later. And I might as well put up this chicken and eggs and stuff on the marketplace too. Eventually I want to skill up my cooking, but there's only so many things I can do right now, so we're not going to focus on that just yet. Alright, so baby chickens, lowest one is 1,500, and then they're going up by 100. I've been selling them pretty low, just because if I go up too high, the price is fluctuating so much right now this early in the game, that I don't want to risk it just sitting in the auction house. Like, I got this ox returned to me because I tried to sell it for too high. Okay, so we'll make an extra 50 silver off of that guy above that price. Okay. There we go. And what's the journeyman's ox going for? I wish I could, like, shift left click these to not have to type them in, you know, kind of like the auction house on World of Warcraft work, but that doesn't seem to be a thing I can do. I have to actually type it in. Okay, 780, 789. Yeah, these are all pretty close together. I guess I'll be a dick and undercut, because I really wanted to sell. I need the money right now. As you can see, only having 313 silver is a little bit rough. And let's see here. Chicken. Let's see. The raw chicken shows up first, so we'll have to squeeze this down here. Is it adult chicken? No, just chicken. Well, poop. Okay, fine. We'll just sell whatever the undercut price is. Fine. 785. There we go. And how about our eggs? Yeah, these are pretty cheap. We're gonna try 5 and just sell the whole stack. Ugh. I'm not really sure it's worth growing these eggs. Unless I can cook them. I'm not sure I'm, like, high enough level to cook them. Shoot. Well, yeah. It's not really worth the cost of feeding my animals if that's all they're gonna give me every time. Let's see. Oh, here we can see our sell orders. Oh my gosh. I have so many sell orders, I didn't even realize that I still have this many outstanding. Because the problem is, I think I was defaulting to like a week on these things, and the prices have come down a lot. Oh my gosh, you guys. Look at all this money I basically have sitting in here. Ugh. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to, like, go through here, abort these offers, and try to resell them for less. Because, yeah, there's no way. Turnips are going for, like, 80 silver right now. Beans are going for 100. There's no way any of these are gonna sell. But I probably shouldn't bore you guys with doing that right now. However, if I have any limestone, well, only 1 limestone, 2 limestone. I need limestone to make my buildings right now. Alright, we're gonna deal with that later. For now, we'll just sell these eggs, and it's not gonna be for very much, so I think I'm going to not feed the other chickens that we have, and we will sell them just as adult chickens at a later time. But we do need to feed our goats. What? Oops. There we go. Carrots are surprisingly expensive compared to some of these things. Yep, turnips are cheaper. Wheat, nope. Let's see. Corn. Oh, no. What was the other one? Potato? Nope. Cabbage. That's what I'm thinking of. Alright, so turnips are still the cheapest. Well, not by much, but I guess we'll buy 2, because that's all we can afford. Yes. I better be careful, because I'm, like, not gonna have enough money to actually create any sort of sell orders if I'm not careful. Alright. We'll feed the goats and go out adventuring. You guys are awful quiet over there. I hope the stream is still working. It seems to be working on my end. I will trust that it's showing me the right thing. Whoops, nope. Don't want to feed you guys. So cute. Here you go. And we'll nurture you. I'm definitely spending more than my 10,000 replenishing amounts that happens per day, but I really want to get as many livestock offspring as I can for now. Okay, good. That's fine. Nobody has to talk. Just want to make sure you guys can see it. So over here, we have a novice cook, but I can only cook carrots and bean salads right now. We have a smelter, which I'm not really sure I'm going to bother with leveling up because I'm not collecting minerals anymore. You're excited about the economic stuff, to be honest, but not sure what to say. Yeah, that's cool. That's totally fine. Like I said, nobody has to talk. I just want to make sure the stream is still going, that's all. So here I'm building a weaver, and I'm going to need to buy a whole bunch of limestone, or else I guess I could go farm it myself. And then down here, we're building a tool maker, because what I decided to specialize in is... Let's see, we are gathering fibers, and I still may be specializing in too much, honestly. I'm making bags, because I feel like they'll sell for a decent amount, and for now I'm also crafting these harvester clothes. I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing that, although it does just cost cloth, which is what I'm making, aside from the bag. But yeah, so the reason why I'm only focusing on collecting fiber right now is because I realized after collecting all of these things... Oh, the fiber gathering and bag making that was promised, finally! Yay! I can't remember if I had that decided last time. But I do now. Because, as it turns out, leveling up any of these gathering skills beyond this journeyman takes fucking forever. Like, getting the fiber harvester to, I think it was like 9,000 before you can use your learning points, took me like probably 2.5 total hours of just farming fiber. And so like for a while I was going around farming everything, and to spread all that out amongst all of these was taking way too long. And it seems like what you really want to do is just specialize in one gathering type and then sell your excess of that and buy the other materials that you need. So I'm specializing in fiber gathering. I haven't fully decided what exactly I'm going to specialize in the farm. Once again, I kind of want to do it all, because I also want to create an herb garden and make potions, but I can't really do that and raise livestock and raise crops and like be effective at all of that. So for now, we're just going to focus on fiber, livestock, and crafting bags, really, I think. Yeah, they really push you to specialization. Like, you don't realize it until you start getting past, like, the tier 3 stuff, and then you're like, holy hell, this is gonna take a lot of time. I also was spending my learning points on everything right away, too, and you only get 20 learning points per day. And at first that seemed like a lot, because these low-level ones, like, well, that one's too low to even use a learning point, but, like, this one, once you get to it, only takes you 3 learning points. So I thought, oh, that seems like not such a bad deal. But then you look at these guys, and they're already starting to take 40 learning points, which is 2 days worth of replenishing your learning points. So you're gonna want to save it. Yeah, oh god, look at this. Like 134 for expert. And believe you me, you don't want to actually grind all the way to 140,000, because holy hell. That's not how you're meant to do it in this game. Sean says, with the various jobs available, it should help spread things out and keep the economy active. Yeah, I think it's really awesome. And the other cool thing is that if I'm creating my... Let's see, right now the highest I can create is the fine cloth. So if I want to make a fine cloth, I need hemp, which is the tier 4 resource. But then I also need neat cloth, which neat cloth takes tier 3. And it also takes tier 2 because it uses simple cloth. So honestly, like, new players are always going to be able to sell stuff on the marketplace because the high-level players are going to pay big bucks for it so they don't have to go to the low-level zones to farm it themselves. Let's see, one moment. I'm going to take my sweatshirt off. It is rather warm in here. I always start out chilly when I'm sitting at my desk, and then when I'm talking to you guys, I get all heated up. Whoopsies. Okay, so the other thing, I'm gonna pretty much keep my horse in the city. I've been using it to like run back and forth between my farm and the marketplace. Sweatshirt off. I need a face cam. I probably wouldn't be wearing a sweatshirt on a face cam because I feel kind of trashy wearing a sweatshirt. Let's see here. So I'm gonna leave my horse behind. I'm not really going into any territory right now that I would lose this stuff, but I'm gonna try to be out and about for a bit. I am going to keep my gear on me just in case I decide I want to go kill some stuff. But I also learned that we want to carry more than one gathering tool on us. In fact, 2 might not be enough right now, because these lose durability as you gather, and like, you can't fill up your entire adventurer's cart on 1 durability's worth of an adept sickle. So I got a second one there. And then these are the clothes specifically for your gathering craft. And so once again, this is another thing you can specialize in, and I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to go beyond making the adepts stuff and actually craft that, or if I'm just gonna buy the higher tier stuff. So anyway, you can see here that you have spells that are more specific to being a gatherer. So we have a block that makes us immune to all enemy spells, and we can keep moving. We have a cleanse that removes movement impairing effects, and magic pollen, which is specific to the fiber. Like, you're gathering from the fiber and you can use this ability. It's really cute. I was seeing that like the lumberjacks have an ability where they can drop logs behind them as they're running to like stun people that are chasing them. I think it's really cool. So anyway, we can throw out magic pollen to confuse enemies around them to hopefully try and get away. But if we're riding our adventurer's cart and they're on a horse, it's not super likely for that to happen. Okay, and then here we have increases your gathering yield for adept's fiber or lower. Oh, we ought to equip this stuff, I guess, if we want them to take effect, because it says it will take several minutes. Alright, so this guy, we have mend wounds, ambush, turn invisible. That's a nice little sneak away. I think I will select that one. And again, we have this ability to help us harvest more. And for our feet, we will do... what is this one? Dash towards the ground target location. During the dash, you're invisible and immune to force knockback effects. After you arrive at the desired position, your move speed is increased by 75%, your max load by 75%. Oh, that's really useful, because like when you dismount, if you're carrying a whole lot of stuff, then you're gonna walk really slow. That seems to be the thing that people talk about that makes it hard to get away from people who are ganking you. Okie dokie. I think we're ready to go out for some fiber harvesting. Now, I've already explored a little bit around this area to see which places are kind of the best for me to gather as far as efficiency goes and availability. I find that doing this route, Pen, Gent to Thurical Fissure and Cairn Gorm are pretty good for me, so that's the way we're gonna go. Now, I've learned more too, about zones. I've been venturing into yellow zones because if you die, it's not a huge loss. You only lose some gold as long as you don't click to release your spirit, basically. So anyway, what happens in a yellow zone is anybody can attack you that has flagged themselves. If you have not flagged yourself for PvP, then you gain a bonus to somebody that is attacking you that has flagged themselves. Let's see here. Now, for the fiber stuff, I've also learned that it is very abundant around sources of water, which make a lot of sense. And then there'll just be some random farmer here and there. Ugh. 121 people in this zone right now. That's a little more than I would like. I'm probably going to have to be fighting for some of these resources, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so if I get killed in this zone, well, actually, we're still in a blue zone, I guess. But if I get killed in a yellow zone, my weapons lose durability. Oh, and I think maybe you lose like 10% of the stacks of stuff that you're carrying. I could be wrong on that, but I think I heard that somewhere. And the durability of my weapon drops in gold for other players to pick up. But the thing is, if you look at this map here, right now we're on the Royal Continent, and over here we have like the Outlands, so to speak. And so what happens is if you kill people in any of these zones on the Royal Continent, even in the black zones. Are there black zones on here? Okay, no, there's not black zones, so it only goes up to red over here. If you kill anyone on the Royal Continent, you will actually lose reputation. I don't know why I'm going this way. And the more reputation you lose, the more people you kill, the fewer... what am I doing? No, I have to go this way. The fewer cities you can actually enter, so you can become so, like, out of honor with the king that you're not allowed to enter any cities whatsoever, and I'm not sure there's any way to redeem yourself. Gosh darn it, yeah, these are gonna be really picked over. I'm just gonna kind of walk along the rivers on our way to the next map and see if there happens to be some stuff to harvest here. But this is not looking too promising, because a lot of people are catching up to my level now, since I haven't actually had that much time to play. Where are the colors shown? So, we can see here that we're in a blue region, safe region, players can't attack you. And you will see, I don't really care about cotton, but sure, we'll farm it because it's here. You will see that when I enter a zone, it will warn me that I'm entering a yellow zone, and it will tell me, like, this is what can happen, are you sure you want to proceed? And so then in that entire zone, you can run into a hostile player. But if you see somebody who has, like, a high reputation above their head, then that means they're probably not going to attack you. So, like, if I look at myself here, my reputation is 345, which is basically neutral. But if I get up to 500, then I will start to have this symbol next to my head. And people will know that I'm not likely to attack them, because I think if you attack anyone at all, you go down to 0. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, so if you go below 0, then you start getting these symbols next to your head. And if you see anybody with a skull next to your head, then you want to be prepared for them to fight you. So you don't know the zone color until you enter? No, actually, you can see on your map here, these squares right next to the Roman numeral tells you what color that zone is. So fortunately, you do know. And you can actually go all the way around the outside in safe zones if you want to, but that would take a really long frickin' time. So in the red zones, if you get attacked and knocked down, then you will actually lose all your gear that you're carrying. But again, because we're on the Wait. I think that's right. Yeah. You will lose the gear you're carrying, but you still have to flag yourself for PvP. So if you get attacked by someone who is flagged, again, you will have a bonus against them. Also, if somebody attacks you first and you're not flagged, and you defend yourself, you don't lose reputation. So you're not getting punished for, you know, not starting the fight. Ah, if only it worked that way in high school. But yeah, if you're in a red zone and somebody kills you, then you lose all your gear. So you only want to enter a red zone with, like, gear that you consider to be consumable. So if I do that, I'm not going to be riding this legendary ox or my horse. Or, sorry, this isn't an ox, it's a cart, but essentially it's the same thing. And I would go buy, like, a journeyman's mount on the marketplace. It would be fairly cheap, and I, like, wouldn't be running as fast because they're not as high of a quality, but much less to lose that way. I'm not sure if I'm gonna feel like going into a red zone or not tonight. We'll see how it goes. I'm not really that high up right now. What are all these buffs? Each stack increases your gathering. Oh, okay, that's from my gear. Cool. Cool beans. Oh, right, so there's another thing that we'll probably see in the yellow zones is if there's a glowing red circle on the ground, there we go, you're entering a yellow PvP zone. This gives you the little warnings here, and yes, we will accept that. But yeah, if you enter a glowing red circle on the ground, that is PvP free for all, and anybody inside that circle can kill anyone else inside that circle without losing any reputation. So you want to be careful of those zones, especially if you're on a red map. Okay. And this is a cluster, I think, of more than 10 hostile players. I don't remember on this map where the best place for me to go. I think we want to go up here, because this looks like little lakes and stuff. I'm disappointed there were so many people on that last map, because that was actually a really good place to farm. And I hung out there for... Oh, that's right. This river is really good. We're gonna go over there, see if anybody's over there right now. I farmed up my abilities pretty quickly on that spot we were just at, so I'm very sad that there were a lot of other people there right now. So here we can see that there are 10 hostile players in the zone. In the yellow zones and above, we can't see the number of total players in a zone, just the hostile ones. I do believe in the black zone, it doesn't tell you anything. Like, it doesn't give you any of these warnings of clusters of players. It doesn't tell you how many players are in the zone or anything like that. Sean says, "Oh, now I see the zone color. That makes sense. The more I learn about this game, the more I like it. If only I had time." I know, right? I don't know how much I'm going to be able to play this game, but if it's a game that a lot of people like watching, then that will encourage me to play it more. So, we shall see. There is so much more to this game than I realized. Like, I've been listening to videos while I work since I had some pretty easy stuff to do this week. And assuming things haven't changed since these videos I've listened to, there's a lot of really cool stuff. For instance, we can actually hire laborers to work for us on our islands, and we can give them work orders where I basically go out into the world and I collect some fiber or something like that, and then I record what I'm doing, I return the journal back to them, and that's what they're supposed to go out and do. But in order to have them work for you, you have to keep them happy. So this right here is an unrestricted PvP zone. If I go in here, it will tell me in a moment. Yep, there we go. And I don't want to do that, so we'll just keep farming over here. Ooh! Here's a... Oh, wait, no, I'm not going to be able to... Wait, yes, I can! Yay! Uncommon hemp, my first one, because I have an adept sickle. Oh, let's see, what was I saying? Laborers, yes. But in order to have your laborers work for you, you have to keep them happy, which means you have to provide them with a bed and decorations, and you have to have room in your house for them. You basically, yeah, have to keep them happy. Otherwise, they're not going to do anything. So there's really a lot to this game, and I'm sure there's more that I don't even know about yet. But it's exciting to learn about all this stuff. It's pretty cool. It's so far kind of seeming to be like the MMO game that I've always wanted to play and never actually found. Sure, I'd love it if it had really incredible graphics, but honestly, I don't mind this so much. It just means that when I'm in when I'm in an area with a lot of other players, you're probably not going to experience as much lag because it's much lower graphics and not as demanding on your system. Hey, Ghost! Welcome! We're just out and about, gathering some fiber, making a day of it. I should probably also go check out my guild's island, but they're really far away. So, like, let's see here. Oh, that's not the map. Nope, that's not the map. There we go. My guild has an island over here in Bridgewatch. Blah. So, in order to get over there, the fastest way would be to cut through here, but then I'm going through red territory, risking losing all my stuff. Or I can pay 5,000 silver to go visit the guild island, from, like, here, basically, but I don't have that kind of money right now, man. Why are you really mad, Ghost? Are you mad at my game, or are you mad at something else? There's some skyflower over here I'd like to farm in some unrestricted PvP zone. I don't know if that's too risky. I feel like I really wish I could have this. I wonder if plants or fibers are growing around this. I'm not sure. But yeah, so this belongs to somebody, Kawaika. I have no clue how you actually obtain a huge chunk of land out in the middle of the map, but that is also interesting to me. Okay, we're gonna risk it. We're gonna jump down here. Hope that nobody sees me. Ooh, look at that. We're not in the unrestricted PvP zone anymore. I could just hang out on this little spot. Hey, VPs. What are VPs? Vice principals? I don't know what happens if I go into that red box, but I don't want to find out. I feel like it'll, like, alert somebody that I'm in their territory or something like that. No, thank you! Your Ark tribe punished you? What did they do? What did you do to get punished? Or do you want to tell us? Oh yeah, the other thing I kind of want to try out is maybe a bit of a healing class. Because right now I'm, like, basically on my solo build, but my guild actually seems pretty friendly, and maybe a guild I want to stick with. They've got Discord set up. They're, like, taking surveys on what kind of buildings people have on their islands and stuff so they can compile a list for people to use each other's buildings. So they seem kind of organized, and I might actually want to contribute more than I was originally planning on when I joined this guild, because it was just the first guild I got invited to, and I thought, why not? Because I'm new to the game. I want to know what's up. Hello, Diaz. Welcome back. I remember you from a previous stream not too long ago. Ghost says his guild said he doesn't get dinosaur or good armor or guns. You only get killed by terror birds, like 11 of them. I wish I knew what you're talking about. I've never actually played Ark, so I can only assume you're not, like, they want you to get better plants and you're potentially getting killed by something you shouldn't get killed by? I don't know. That's all I can gather from that. Yeah, anyway, I'm kind of encouraged to contribute to my guild now that they kind of seem to be somewhat organized. Which means I should probably set my island so that my guild can access it. So another thing I learned recently is that here in, like, the city I was in, it is actually owned by Indispensable. I believe that's a guild. I think that's what that means. I don't think just a person can own a city. And then down here, we have all of these plots of land. And I didn't realize this right away, but every single one of these buildings in here are player-owned. So you can auction, you can bid on a plot of land, and then you can build whatever you want on that plot of land. And you can charge a usage fee. So, like, this guy is an asshole and is charging a 99% usage fee, which is huge. But he's, like, really close to the center, so he's hoping that people are gonna pay for convenience and not want to run here. See, this person's only charging 15%, which is, like, the lowest I've seen. And I would be like, fuck you, dude. I'm running all the way over here to only pay 15%. But yeah, so what happens is if you own one of these, you can charge a fee, and anything that somebody crafts at these that's above tier 3, you will get some money for it, for them using your building. And then you see here it has food, and it says 21%. The people that are working at these stations have to eat. And so you have to give them food, or else they're not going to work. And either you can give them food and spend the materials yourself, thus allowing other people to come to your station and pay you to use it, or you can provide, like, a reward for somebody else feeding your guy. So if, like, you're not a cook or something and you don't want to bother with doing that, you can provide a reward for someone else who's going to give them food. And if they run out of food, then they will not craft. So I have actually fed a worker before that was at a station that had a really low tax compared to anything else, and to me it was worth dropping a little bit of food so that I could craft things for cheaper. But that's why it's beneficial to have your own island or an island with your guildmates, because you can choose to, like, not tax your guildies if you want, or you can tax your guildies if you're gonna be that guy, and it will save you all money in the long run. Very cool. Very complex. I totally understand why this game was in beta for so long. People give it a lot of hate for how long it was in beta, but I think it's really complicated, and that's very cool. Wow, I don't shut up, do I? I guess that's good for a stream, I don't know. I'm getting really lucky right now, the fact that there's nobody else here farming these things. Like, this might seem a little boring, and for that I apologize, but this is, like, too good to pass up right now, because there's uncommon hemp over here, and starflower, and, like, everything I could possibly want. Plus, it's Beer Friday. I've got myself a beer, and I'm good to go. What happened to our music, though? Do we have music playing? Yeah, it says music can play. If you guys get bored and want to hear other music while I'm streaming, feel free to let me know. However, it has to be royalty-free music, so I'm a little bit limited on what I can play there. I basically have a playlist of royalty-free music from no copyright sounds, and that's what I would play on a stream. Ah, now I have competition! Grr! Well, we're gonna sneak over into our little corner over here and see if that starflower has respawned. Also, really weird that guy is just passing up all this hemp, but okay. I am really looking forward to getting involved in PvP. I'm just, like, a little scared because I'm probably out-leveled by most people right now, and I don't have a lot of extra silver on me. And by I don't have a lot, I mean none at all. Although we did just sell something. What did we sell? Journeyman's Ox. Okay, so now we have, woo, 800 silver. Alright. We're in the money. Okay, stuff has respawned down there, so I'm gonna be risky again. No, there is no music. You can put some Steely Dan on in the background and pretend you're playing without danger of copyright strikes. Alright. Sounds like a plan. Now, I have game music turned on for whenever game music happens, but right now it's pretty quiet. But yeah, I figure I probably shouldn't play, like, non-game music in my streams, because, I don't know, it's hard to please everyone, you know? Alright, we might move on to the next zone. Ah, never mind. This is, like, too good, man. Too good to be true. But this is really exciting to watch right now. I'm a little self-conscious about how bored you guys might be at this very moment. Do-do-do-do. It's really tempting for me to, like, sell all my gold and actually have enough silver to do stuff. But I know that's a bad idea, because right now gold isn't worth very much, and it would behoove me to hold on to it for now and save it for the future. But I am rather broke. The chatter is a nice background while I research new games for the channel. Awesome. Got anything potential? I mean, you don't have to tell me either, but I'm always curious what's next, but maybe it's a surprise. For anyone who doesn't know, Sean, aka Vanilla PC Strategy, also has a YouTube channel with a lot of really interesting games on it and some good content. And you should hop over and check out his stuff if you have the time. We jump in on each other's streams regularly. It's pretty fun. Are you researching games on Steam or elsewhere? I did accept a key for that whatever train game or thing, you know, that you did from Move It, because it seems like the only one that would potentially be of any interest to anyone. And that way I can have, like, a video under my belt for Move It. You like that new RPG game on Move It? Kind of addicted to trying new games? No, I'm not too kind. Not at all. Not at all. I'm trying to think. I think I know which RPG game you're talking about, and I thought that looked kind of interesting too. I worry that those type of games don't do very well for YouTube, but who knows? I thought this game wasn't really gonna do that well, but my first Albion stream has like 700 views, so that did a lot better than I thought. And I think this would probably be pretty boring to watch. But then again, I'd probably be doing like you and watching or listening to it while I'm doing something else. Bounty Train, that's what it is. Nobody liked watching it, got bad view numbers. Still nice to take off the requirement. Yeah, I realize that's definitely a risk. And so, you know, it's hard to tell, like, sometimes you're gonna get a lot more views because a game is something that people haven't heard of before, and sometimes, like, you're not gonna get any views because they're like, I don't know what this game is, I don't want to see it. I guess it kind of depends on what it looks like and what its genre is if nobody's heard of it before. So, I don't know. I thought that for your channel, since you, like, really focus on strategy games, that it would have done well for you. You're probably right, but like Grace Still Plays suggested, I'm trying everything for an episode or two, and if it doesn't work, I'll just move on. Yep, totally get that, and I should be doing that more myself. YouTube is a fickle thing. But I'm glad you're all here right now, so thanks for watching. Hope you're all having a fine Friday evening, or morning, or Saturday morning, whatever it may be for you. Whew. Skyflower takes a long time to harvest. Oh, but it respawned. Hooray! Yeah, so you can see all this gathering we've been doing, and we're only at 1%. And let's see, I think it's at 30% where we can use our learning point. So, yeah. That's gonna be a little while. Ooh, what else did we sell here? We sold our eggs, and our chicken, and another ox. Cool. Good deal. Hopefully I can make some money off of all that other stuff I have in there once I relist those things. Excuse me, I have to blow my nose. My allergies have been so incredibly bad this season, and I have no idea why. Sean, you say that you never edit your videos, but oh man, if I didn't edit my videos, I would get so many complaints about my sniffing and my sneezing and all of that jazz. Which is why, like, streaming, I was a little nervous about that, because I can't cut out all my sniffles and everything. But right now I seem to be okay. This morning I was really bad, so probably doing afternoon or evening streams are better for me when my allergies calm down a bit. Speak of the devil, there I go sniffing. Oh, let's see, what does this one do? Adept Fiber Harvester. So if we skill up in this, 0.2 bonus to item power for all fiber harvester gear. I'm not sure why I really care about that. 0.5% gathering yield for hemp. Gathering speed modifier for hemp. Okay. So this one, we can level up to 100 times. Ugh! That's so much. Right now, this is our total bonus that we're getting from that. This is one that I'm definitely not going to spend learning points on, because there's not really a huge amount of fame that's needed for that, and it's not super duper beneficial for us to immediately go to the next level. It's not like it's opening up anything new for us, just making it a tiny bit better each time. I have a nice mute button, works good for the sneezing. I don't know, the sniffing and stuff doesn't come across. My allergies are bad this year too. I haven't noticed it, so I guess that's good. I do have a mute button on my microphone, but I have to, like, press it kind of hard, and I don't think I would be very good at doing that in the moment. Alright, let's go check out what's over at this river. See if there's anything good. Can't remember if I've been over here before. Oh, hello. Be nice if this were to respawn. Oh, uncommon skyflower? Never mind. I won't be able to harvest that. That will need a tier... whatever, tier 5 sickle, I believe. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Nope. This looks a little picked over. Grab some of this flax here. One time I muted for a sneeze and then forgot to unmute and recorded 20 minutes of no commentary, and thus a lost episode was born. Oh my gosh, you have no idea how many times I have lost episodes to stupid shit like that. What happens for me a lot is, like, I'll be playing a game, something like Subnautica, where I'm going on a long farming spree or something, or if I'm playing Kingdoms and Castles or a game similar to that, I might have a moment where I'm like trying to rebuild stuff. For instance, my Universe M episode, I had to do that. I ended up playing like over an hour to record that episode since I had to rebuild from scratch. And I will just pause my recording while I'm doing that stuff. And then when I come back to wanting to record again, I will often forget to unpause, and I will just start talking. And it won't be until the end of the episode where I'm actually like, thanks a lot for watching, that I'm like, oh, fuck. I just did that. So, basically, very similar to forgetting to unmute yourself. Except no video either. Not that that makes any difference. It's not like I would post a video without any commentary. Oh, let's see. Eee! Unrestricted PvP zone. I'm gonna risk it. Because there's Skyflower sitting here. Just be on my guard. Let's see. We only have 2 hostile players in this territory. Not that you have to be hostile to get attacked in unrestricted PvP zone. So if somebody comes over here also wanting to loot the Skyflower, they are very likely to try and attack me. I must be quiet so I can hear approaching people. At the beginning of the game, I had all of the nameplates turned off so that they didn't clog up my screen, but once I started going into yellow zones, I'm like, I better put nameplates on so I can actually see if a player is hostile or not. No, don't jinx yourself, Sean. Don't say that. You're not due for not recording another episode. Never again. You are now more experienced and knowledgeable, and it will never happen again. That's probably not true, but I'm sending you good vibes to offset the bad ones. It sucks with RimWorld because it's permadeath and there's no backup save to redo. Wow, I didn't know that. Like, I knew RimWorld was like, okay, when you die, your game is over, but I didn't know you actually didn't have save files either. Yep, okay, we need an expert sickle for that one. Alright, so that game is roguelike then. If you were wondering about the whole roguelike thing, where once you're dead, and there's no backup save files. I still don't know what roguelite is, though. I feel like it's either roguelite or roguelike, or it's not. I don't understand this roguelite business. Aw, oh, yay, thanks for the good juju. And we're gonna risk it, because I want some Skyflower. I like to sing when I'm doing something risky. Oh god. Please don't come attack me. I don't know why I do that, but, like, every time I'm in a scary situation in a game, or I'm doing something that I know is potentially stupid or dangerous, I start singing. It just, I don't know. Sometimes I weird myself out. Oh, RimWorld, you can play with saves. Okay. You just don't. I see. Yeah, like, that's how No Moria was, too. I used to play No Moria a lot. Don't know if you ever played that game, Sean, but, it was really fun. I wish the developers didn't abandon it. But I certainly got, like, over 100 hours out of it, so I'm not complaining. And it was kind of roguelike, because once you were dead, like, you couldn't get new gnomes into your colony, but you could save your game, so yeah. It's a good thing I wasn't trying to stream last summer, because talking takes a lot of energy, man. And I had a punctured lung with my accident. I mean, I still kind of do have a punctured lung. It's not fully healed yet, but it's much better than it was. And, whew, I got winded enough as it was trying to make a Let's Play 3 months after my accident. Nonetheless, trying to talk for 2 hours on a stream. Yeah, the combat was really weird. There was not really any way to control the combat in No Moria. I never got too big of a civilization going on. Much like I do with any Factorio games, I start playing and then I'm like, okay, I want to start over. I want to do this differently. And I never really got too far because I just started over all the time. Oh yeah, you don't... Did you know everything that happened to me during my bike accident? It was, broken clavicle, scapula, 6 ribs, a concussion, and a punctured lung. Yup. Fun times. Super fun. And there weren't even any cars involved. It was just me getting in a fight with the road. And, yeah, if the ambulance would have taken, I don't know, about 30 seconds longer to get there, I wouldn't have made it. Because I almost, like, asphyxiated to death. So, yeah, it's a good thing I wasn't alone. But I feel very bad for the man that had to witness it, because we had only just, like, met 10 minutes before that happened, because I was, like, biking home from a show one night, and he and a couple other people were, like, hanging out by the bike trail, and they, like, yelled at me because they recognized me from a mutual friend of ours, and we hung out, chatted for a bit, and then he, like, was going the same way as me, so he rode with me for a bit, and then he witnessed that, and he, like, actually thought I died because I went unconscious after hitting the ground. And, poor guy, like, was traumatized by this thing, and he didn't even know me. I felt so bad for him. I mean, I'm sure he felt pretty bad for me too, but, you know. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I'd prefer to never do anything like that again. I'm actually still kind of suffering from it, because, like, as we speak, I am sitting here, and my scapula is still causing pain. So it's basically like my back just constantly hurts. And I'm not supposed to be having this many health problems already in my life, so kind of stinks. Perhaps I should be more diligent with my exercises, but who has time for that shit? All that matters is I'm back on my bike, riding lots and lots of miles again. I'm really excited too, because my dad is coming out to visit me from Nebraska at the end of August, and he's going to bring his bike, and we're gonna go do some bike camping together. Me and my pops. He's actually the person that got me into biking back when I was 14 years old. And then I kind of ran with it and took it to the extreme. Woo! Adept fiber harvester. Yep, we're not gonna waste our learning points on that. Okay, I think we'll pluck a few more things and maybe go back to town. I want to make some money, and let's see, what was, I don't remember I had an idea in mind. Oh, I guess just making enough money to build up my buildings on my island would be preferable so that I didn't have to pay silver to turn this fiber into cloth, because that's totally what I'm going to have to do until I manage to level up my weaver on my island. Ah, thank you. I'm sure we will have a good time. My dad and I get along quite swell. And I haven't seen him since Christmas, so that will be nice. Okay, let's go check out the other map. Just to refresh my memory how good this was for farming over here. I don't know what this portal thing is down here on this mini-map. I guess that just means this is the PvP zone, but I don't... I'm like curious, and I want to poke my head. Ah, no! No, no, no. I decided not. Nope, nope. Just kidding. We'll do that another time when I actually have more money, and won't lose my fiber if I die. So like I said, I think I will lose 10% of what I'm carrying if I die in a yellow zone. Ah! Oh, like, there is a hostile player right now. Okay, I guess he was only hostile because he ran in there for a second. Alright. So over here we have another person with a farm. Carrot patches, huh? I thought that would have meant wheat. Maybe that just means it's a farm. Carrots seem to be surprisingly valuable right now. I don't know why. Because the seeds are really cheap, and they're like the tier 1 crop, so I'm not sure why they're so good. I guess because people can just make carrot soup and feed the workers and stuff to keep them happy? I'm not sure. But it seemed rather odd to me. I stopped growing as many carrots because I thought they would be the least valuable, but surprisingly, turnips, which are tier 4, are currently the least valuable. Okay, somebody's gathering this. I finally started to figure out why these maps are so detailed too. I thought this was really confusing and cluttered up at first, but it's basically showing us wherever there's a lake or river, or like these are rock piles that you're likely gonna find your harvestable rocks by, and you have to like run around those things. So the maps are actually really detailed in a very nice way. Because that way you can tell from looking on the map if you can get around an area or not. A lot of wascally wabbits in the game. Yeah, there sure are. Too bad their, like, leather is basically worth nothing. Driving up the price of carrots. I see. There actually are a lot of rabbits, though, if you haven't noticed. They're, like, running around. There's one right now. There's no leather to speak of in any of these snow zones, at least not on this continent. But there are rabbits. Wabbits everywhere. The rabbits are only good for about the first 10 minutes of playing a new character when you need their leather for stuff. I like these trees. They're kind of cool. Most of the snow zones look kind of similar, but like these trees are a bit different than some of the snow zones that are closer to the city. I suppose it makes sense. Part of me wishes the zones looked a bit more different from each other than they do, but it also always kind of weirded me out, like in World of Warcraft, where you go to one zone over and all of a sudden it's like this completely different thing, and there's like a bold line of like, oh, you cross this border, and all of a sudden the ground is different and the mountains are different, and it's like, what? This doesn't make any sense. So this one, at least, is a little bit more realistic in that sense. Let's see, do we want to kill these guys? Oh god! Oh no, I'm lagging! Yeah, I don't want to kill them with my gatherer gear on. We'll maybe go out on a combat leveling run after I return to the city with these goods and level ourselves up, get some silver, and maybe try out a healer spec. I haven't really looked into any sort of healing spec yet, so I'm not sure if it's actually plausible to level that up on your own, or if it's something you can strictly really only do in a group. But I've definitely seen a lot of people that are trying to do the group dungeons looking for healers, which is no surprise. Much like any other sort of MMO game I've played, nobody wants to be a healer. I like being a healer because I like being useful and stuff and keeping people alive. It would appeal to me more if it was a plausible spec for me to do on my own. Because that was the problem, like in vanilla WoW days. It's like, if you were a healer spec, you couldn't kill shit worth a damn. You could stay alive really well, but it would take you like 20 minutes to kill a mob, whereas a DPS class it would take them a minute. So it kind of stunk. At least in this game, you can just swap out gear for no cost whatsoever. That is very appealing to me. But much like with crafting and whatnot, you probably want to have like one specialized spec and maybe one off spec, but if you try to be all of them, you're not going to be very good at any of them, and you're going to be stuck in low level zones for a while because you won't be able to kill other players or mobs. Alright, I think we might head back to the city, because I do believe this is our last yellow zone. Oh no, that's actually blue over there, but I like the yellow ones because they don't have cotton, and they're likely to have more— oops, no, I don't care about rough logs. And they're likely to have more skyflower and hemp. So we'll mosey on back towards Fort Sterling and gather any sort of fiber we find along the way. They do a good job with the sound effects of walking in the snow, that is for sure. I also like the little bit of sparkliness we see in the snow. Did a nice job with that. My guild is very quiet tonight. Anyone just starting up a farm that needs some carrot seeds? I have 7 extra planting both plots. No, I do not need carrot seeds, but thank you. Ah! I thought by chopping down that tree I could walk through there. Ended up taking more time to do that than to just walk around in the first place. Herb derp. Well, Sean, it seemed like your KSP episode did really well, actually. You had a lot of views on that one. It might be one of those games that kind of has a cult following of people, and like, even years after that game being around, people still find it enjoyable. I need to find a game like that to play. It was funny, I had a lot of people ask me to bring back Stardew Valley, so I finally did. But I think some of the people that asked for it must have gotten impatient because not very many people are watching it, so what can you do? I'll probably give it 1 or 2 more tries, and if it doesn't go up more than 50 views an episode, then so long, Stardew Valley. Womp womp. I'm going to follow it up with Factorio, which will have like 7 concurrent viewers. Oh, yeah, it was the best stream in like a month. It's crazy. Exactly, cult following. You're going to... oh, so like, let's see, you're probably streaming tomorrow or Sunday? I don't remember which day you said, but so you're saying that your next stream is going to be Factorio? Yeah, that's too bad. I'll come by if I'm not doing anything, but I do have some plans this weekend, so it might be a little tricky. Factorio is fun as shit, though. I don't think anyone would want to watch me play Factorio, because it'd probably drive them crazy how wrong I was doing everything. I have like 40 hours played in that game, and I still don't really know how to... I have not gone beyond, like, getting a few robots. Uh-oh. My end button is not working, so that must mean I'm lagging. Yep, okay. Server might be dying. Huh. Well, that's really weird. I guess I'm not lagging, but for some reason, my hotkeys stopped working. The heck? Okay, now they work. That was weird. Felt good rescuing those Kerbals, though, after the first lander wrecked. Yeah. Poor little Kerbals. They always look so happy. Don't want any harm to come to them. I find it really funny, all the people complaining about premium in this game being pay to win, when it's like, okay, first of all, the people who are paying, like actually paying for premium, for gold, in a sense, are keeping the game running. Like, if the game was just 100% free to play after the $30 you pay to buy it, and you never had to spend another dime, and everyone was always on the same level of playing field, how do you think they would keep the game running? How do you think they would keep the server up, keep adding content, fixing bugs? Like, that's just not realistic, people. And then the other thing is, this is an MMO, after all, and many MMOs, you have to pay a monthly fee. And you actually can just pay, essentially, $10 a month for premium if you don't want to spend gold or silver on getting premium. But that's the thing, is if you have lots of silver, you don't ever have to spend another dime of real-life money ever again. And it's not like, say, World of Warcraft, where you can buy game time with gold, but if you don't have enough gold to buy game time when your month runs up, you can't log into your account at all. And this game, if your premium runs out, you just lose the bonuses, like this extra fame I'm getting when I loot these, and I do get a bit more crafting materials and focus and that not. But you can keep playing the game, so if you're only 3 days away from having enough silver to pay for another month of premium, you can do that. I'm just so tired of all these entitled people thinking that they deserve to play a game for free and that they should be able to have everything else that a person who's willing to pay money for it has. Like, come on, people. Like when they complain about DLCs for Cities Skylines or Civilization, like, if you don't want to pay money, then don't buy it. It's as simple as that. But you don't get to complain about it. Come on. I think it's great that it's like all premium does in this game is helps you do stuff faster. But you don't get anything more rare. You don't have access to any sort of class or gear that someone else didn't have access to. And you know what? If you buy, like if I were like gonna go spend $100 on gold and I'm like, hey, I want to buy, let's see, where is it? I want to buy this robe right here, this like super high-powered tier 8 Elders Mages robe. Well, guess what? I have to get all the way up to that over here. Let's see, where is it? I have to get all the way up to like level 100 of Cloth Robe Fighter before I can even wear it. Because it's not usable until you actually grind that up. Yeah, the Civ Cities Euro 4 thing is ridiculous because the no DLC game is still really fun and is always updated when a new DLC is released. Yeah, like, come on, people. You gotta support the game devs. I mean, I know I'm a little biased because I'm a game dev, but, like, it's my livelihood, you know? Like, if we didn't make money for the games that we make, we wouldn't be making games. Like, that's all there is to it. But no, everything must be free. Sigh. I'm personally happy to see platforms like Steam and Humble Bundle and all that stuff coming about, allowing all of these indie game devs to make these fun little games that don't cost a lot of money, but they don't need to pay big bucks for a publisher and all that kind of stuff in order to succeed. And I think that's really great. And it also makes me not want to pay $60 for like a AAA game anymore, but that's the thing. If I don't want to pay $60 for a AAA game, I don't go complaining on their Steam page and giving them a bad review because the game is too expensive. I'm just like, alright, I'm not going to buy the game. These people don't realize that AAA games cost $50 back in 1990 and still cost $50 or less, really. But in $1990, they are like 20. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Ugh. That's true, and like there was no download thing. You had to actually go to the store and buy a cartridge. Or go rent it from Blockbuster. Oh, Blockbuster. Those were the days. I guess essentially now you can kind of rent a game, like on Steam. Can't play it for more than 2 hours, I guess, if you want your money back. But wouldn't that be cool if Steam started to do a thing where it's like, pay, I don't know, pay $4 or something to play this game for a day, or maybe even $3, but like, if you want to play it more, then, oh yeah, you know what, they could even do it like that. Like, if you rented a game, a whole bunch, and say you rented a $20 game for 3 days, and that was $9 that you paid, and you're like, man, I really want to buy this game. And then you could go buy that game, and you would get a $9 discount, because you already spent $9 on renting the game. But if you didn't want to buy the game, you don't get those $9 back, because that was just your fee for renting it. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah, they should do that. Why don't they do that? You heard it here, folks. If Steam starts doing that, it was my idea first, and they owe me money for it. There probably is some sort of PC game Netflix thing that I'm just, like, too out of the loop to know about. Seriously, you'd think Steam would be doing it, because they're, like, supposed to be on the ball with that kind of stuff. Not like Valve needs any more money. Valve doesn't even make games anymore. I have 2 friends that work there. Neither one of them makes games. Oh, Jump is a subscription service that is like Netflix for indie games. $10 a month, according to PC Gamer article. Starts next month. Oh, cool. Okay. Well, fine. I guess I'm not as original as I thought, then. Whoops. That was weird. Well, let's see. From Access, Steam doesn't really control that. It would be the company that makes the game. There are games that give trials. I mean, Steam does the whole, like, 2 hours or 2 weeks thing, whichever comes first, for any game on Steam. Lord knows I've returned games that I'm like, well, this game sucks. I'm never going to play it again. But the thing is, I've actually done that with some games that I wouldn't have given a try if it wasn't for the thought of, like, okay, if I play this for an hour and a half and I really hate it, I can return it. And then there have definitely been some games where I'm like, I would not have tried this if it wasn't for the potential of being able to return this. And they end up getting my business. So I think it's a great model. I wonder if it has cut down at all in the number of pirated games. I'd like to know the statistics on that. I doubt it, because most pirates are the whiny, entitled people that think they deserve a game for free. But if people pirate a game, try it out, and then they decide they like it and buy the game, then I have no problem with them pirating a game. But screw all those people that pirate a game, play the entire thing, and don't spend a penny on it. Grr. I don't really feel like wearing this gathering gear has actually given us that much more materials, because I'm still only seeing a 50% increase in how much we're gathering. Maybe it's like a really small amount, and I'm just not counting in my head whether it's 50% or 55% or whatever. No, leave me alone, giant! Definitely want some of this cotton in order to make the cloth. In fact, I'll probably end up having to buy some cotton, but we'll see. Man, I gather it so fast now. The cool thing is, every time you get an upgraded sickle or whatever sort of tool you're using, you increase the speed at which you gather anything. So, cotton I gather really fast now. Flax is pretty quick too. But it seems like the new tier is even slower than the last new tier was when I got that weapon. Wow, we actually have 17 Uncommon hemp, huh? That's pretty good. Whoa, we've got a lot of flax, man. Good deal. I need some monies. It kind of stinks that there's a loading screen between every single map in this game, but at the same time, it's pretty fast loading screen. Okay. Who do we have that's the cheapest here? This guy is a 12% usage fee. I assume, ooh, that's 9%, but it's all the way over there, and there's not much food left. 12%, that's the same, really? Okay, we'll go to this tier 6 guy here. He seems to keep his food well stocked, so I want to say thank you for that. Oops, let's go up here, though. Oh yeah, so if I want to actually buy one of these plots of land here, we have this sign out here. It says, the owner, auction ends in 2 days, current winning bid, 100,000 silver, and it's Spice who is winning the bid. I am clearly not going to be bidding on any of these anytime soon because I have 1,700 silver. I imagine most of the people that own these right now traded in most of their gold right away, most if not all. I wonder if that's going to end up being better in the end to have traded in all of your gold and then make a bunch of silver from it. I mean, people were saying, no, save your gold, because it'll be worth more later. Well, yeah, that's true, but then the thing is, like, if you are spending that gold to get silver in order to, like, level up your guy faster than other people and make a lot of money from it, then maybe that is actually the better way to go. Oof. This is expensive. At least we get 15% resources back. Adept Fiber Weaver! Okay, so what does this give us now? 0.3 bonus to focus cost efficiency when refining fiber. 2.5 bonus to focus cost efficiency when refining hemp. Okay. Yeah, oh, we didn't actually get that. We can use a learning point, but no, I am not going to use my learning point on that. Alright, so we have 50 fine cloth. What do I want to do with this? Well, first of all, let's use up all of our cotton, because we have enough flax that we don't need to turn any of this cotton into flax. It doesn't cost us money to make these low-level ones. Now this guy... Blah. Yeah, okay. Might as well. I just want to see how much we're gonna have here. And fine cloth. No, we're not gonna do that just yet. I want to go make some money. And then see what we have left over. And you know what? I shouldn't have... Oh good, I didn't use all of that. I might end up turning some of that flax into hemp. We shall see. But that also costs money, which is a huge bummer. And that's why I am trying to level up my weaver station as fast as possible. Now, I could potentially make myself some healer gear, but it'll probably be cheaper for me to buy it off the marketplace since it is low-level stuff that I care about right now. Okay, let's sell some flax. It's going for 15 apiece, or else 16 apiece. Okay, well, we'll just sell it Oops, not hemp. Flax. We'll sell some flax for that immediately. And we will buy some worked leather, assuming it's not... Oh gosh, that's a lot higher than it was earlier today. Blarg. Alright, well, we'll just buy... Shoot. How much are the Adept's bags going for? 1890. Oh my god, that is not very much money at all. But the thing is, I want to make bags in order to level up my ability to make the better bags, so even if I'm not really making as much money as I could by just selling my cloth, I might as well use it to make a little bit of money and also level up some things. So, alright, fine, we'll buy your overpriced leather, which is making me want to actually go out and farm leather. But I don't want to kill foxes, guys! That's like seriously the main reason I didn't go with skinning, is because I didn't want to kill foxes. Apparently, if we would have started in the desert area, we could have been killing deer instead of foxes, but... I could... Well, shoot, I don't know. I was gonna say I could actually go over to the desert area, but I can only access my island from Fort Sterling, which is a real bummer that I didn't know where the guild was going to put their island, because now either I have to pay silver to visit mine, or I have to pay silver to visit theirs. It kind of stinks. I wish you could access your island from any of the big cities on this continent. That's the one problem I have right now with it. The marketplace is also different in every single city you go to. So, like, even though bags are not going for very much right now in this area, they might be going for a lot somewhere else. And depending on how much it was costing somewhere else, you could risk running across red territory to deliver things to sell, but it's like, man, the risk versus reward on that, I'm not sure how good it would be. Okay, so I guess we'll just make the one bag for now and sell that. Oh, come on. There we go. Lagging a bit. I feel so bad for this guy carrying me around everywhere. He must be really ripped by now. Alright. We'll sell the bag for stupid cheap. We'll do $18.90. There we go. And let's see, what does this healer staff cost? Now we could go with priest or... Oh, maybe not. I thought we could do like holy or nature, but nature must be a different thing. Oh, nature is under hunter. Interesting. Journeyman's torch. I have no clue what... Oh, that's like an offhand or something? Yeah, alright. So this thing, if you want to go like the route of a druid or whatever, you gotta be a hunter first. So I guess we'll be a priest. And let's find out if we're gonna be able to actually sustain ourselves. Heals the target. Ah, there's a smite. Cool. Heals a friendly target. Okay. Good, there is an offensive spell, so we can do that. Now, alright, I guess I can use a Journeyman's Holy Staff, I just can't use an Adept's Holy Staff. until I level up with the Journeyman's Holy Staff. Okay, so when would I use this Tome of Spells? These all seem like two-handed weapons. Huh. I don't know, maybe we'll find out. Alright, so let's see. Journeyman's... Nope. Holy Staff. That's what it is. 1800. Oh my gosh, that's really the only one for sale? No. Okay, that's just the... Oh no, it's only 300. Phew! Alright, we can do that. Cool. So we'll leave all the rest of this stuff here for now. And re-equip our offensive gear. Whoops, nope. Not that guy. Keep the other stuff on me just in case I need it for whatever reason. Okay. Heal the target. And increases healing received by 4%. Okay, interesting. If reapplied while on maximum stacks, all stacks are consumed and you restore 4 energy. Not disrupted by damage. That's nice. Deals 224 magical damage, instantly heals a friendly target for 122. If the health has been reduced to less than 40, then it is instead healed for 262. And every 4 activated spells, your heals become 20% stronger. The buff lasts for 3 seconds. Okay. That's kind of cool. Alright. Now, we could just go kill things out in the world, but I feel like this is the fastest and most efficient way. I've already done the tier 4 expedition today, so we don't get a daily bonus for any of these. Alright, well that's fine. Let's do... I think we're going to want to do the Journeyman's one until we level up this staff, because it doesn't do near as much damage as our Frost Staff does. Alright, so let's find out how much silver we get from this. Oh, did we sell our bag? Yay! Cool. So we're starting out with 2,300, and we'll see how much we get from doing this little dungeon here. Oh shoot, see I don't have an AoE ability as this build to destroy these rats with. The attack also sounds different with this staff, that's kind of cool. Ooh, that's pretty. I like the effects for this holy... Oops! Woo! That's cute, it's a little globe of holiness, globe of light. Let me remind myself what I have here. We have a frost shield, increases our resistance, and a knockback thingy. Okay. Now the tax, when you see it says I'm being taxed with something, is going to my guild. And this is our, let's see, our silver treasury is 3,800 silver and only 3,400 gold, because the guild leader is using most of the silver to buy gold to sell for later. He was getting a lot of grief from people for doing that the other day, because they saw that he was like in the negative for the amount of gold that he was pulled out of the treasury, but he was trying to explain that he's buying gold to help the guild do better at a later time, which I totally understand. So hopefully people were not going to crucify him for that. Alright, so this one... Whoops, let's not stand in that shit. Our mana regen is pretty good with this build. It's good to know. I like this. It's so cool. Ah, let's not stand in this shit. That is one thing you definitely have to be on your toes in this game with getting out of the things on the ground, because most of the time, if you stand there and get hit by that shit, it really hurts, or they stun you for a very long time, which in the end also really hurts. So if you have an issue with lag, it's not super fun. But fortunately, I do not. At this time, anyway. I can see why it's hard for people to find healers, because definitely only having one offensive ability could be a bit rough to level as. But like I said, I like being useful, so I thought it'd be good to at least get up to a level 4 Holy Staff. Beyond that, I probably won't really do much outside of groups. So for the most part, I would say you probably wouldn't really want to have more than one character in this game. For one thing, apparently if you have multiple characters, you actually have to, if you want premium, they're separate. Like, so you have to buy premium for each character that you want it on. Which I think is probably kind of a way for the developers to discourage people from having a whole bunch of alts. Because I could see being able to abuse that. The one thing I was thinking of is, like, you could put an alt in, like, every city on this continent to see how much stuff was costing in another city to help determine if it was worth going over to that city with your items. Or I suppose you could use them to spy on other guilds in a different city. In any case, if you want premium on 2 of them, you have to pay a lot more for that. Sean says, definitely seems like you would want to spend any time you have grinding up the one character rather than split it up. I guess you could have 2 and one is just there to, like, run a shop and make money or something and then transfer the silver. Or, yeah, or like, no, I wouldn't even want to do that. I was gonna say I could potentially have an alt, like, running my island if I wanted to have this one constantly be over, like, in my guild's territory, but I wouldn't really want to do that either, because an alt wouldn't be able to tame, like, the highest level creatures. I'd have to start over again. But I suppose if you really screwed yourself over with going into some horrible reputation and you are no longer allowed to visit any of the cities on the King's Land, then you would have to actually have an alt in order to do that. So that would be the only thing I really would see that for. Man, I am not having a problem with mana, that is for sure, on this character. As a mage spec, I ran out of mana all the time. Of course, I say that now, but if I'm healing, like, a full party of people, I probably would run out of mana. I haven't even been using, really, food or potions, but so not only is food good for feeding your workers to make stuff for you, but it will also give you specific buffs along with potions. So definitely some cool, useful stuff in this game. Oh dear. stop killing him! That is one thing nice about playing a healer that takes a long time to kill guys, but you can heal yourself, because the number of times I've been in one of these dungeons as a mage and died, and then you have to like run all the way back from the beginning of the dungeon. You can't just reset your corpse like you can like out in the world. But I don't really see myself dying unless I'm getting like one shot by something with the healer spec. I guess you could have two, and one is just there to like run a shop and make money or something, and then transfer the silver ore. Yeah, that's basically what I would see happening. Like, for the most part, you would think there'd be like no reason to not level all that stuff on your main character, unless it had to do with traveling, which could definitely be a thing. Like, I may end up doing that? I don't know, because then again, like I said, I don't want to pay for premium on two characters, so even if I stopped leveling up farming or animal husbandry on this character and decided to do that on an alt, and just kept this as my combat slash crafting character, I would, you know, I wouldn't want to use premium on the alt, but at the same time, I wouldn't be getting as many offspring if I didn't. So, yeah. Something to think about, I suppose. But again, that's like a whole nother way for them to discourage like having alts, which I think is kind of cool, actually. They're not necessarily saying, no, you can't do this, but it's going to be hard if you do. I think it's cool that this healing class like actually encourages you to DPS a little bit, since, let's see, what is it? It says that for every 4 activated spells, your heals become 20% stronger and the buff lasts for 3 seconds. Yeah, so it's kind of encouraging you to do a bit of spell weaving, spell and attack weaving, which I think is kind of cool. Because it can get kind of boring to just sit there and heal people all the time instead of participating in combat. Definitely can't just stand here and let my character auto-attack. There's a lot of moving around, which I really like. It is still kind of like the targeting structure. There's not going to be anything useful in that bag. Similar to tab target, but I don't really mind that. I haven't actually tried playing this game on my phone yet. I'm not sure they've released it for mobile or not yet. I don't know. I should check it out, though. Not that I would ever prefer to play this on my phone versus my computer. I guess only to, like, check marketplace auctions or stuff like that would probably be the only thing I'd do with it, because Screw trying to do any sort of combat on my tiny little phone screen. And I do not have a tablet. What a poor excuse for a game developer for not having all the technology. Play on your lunch break or something. Yeah, I mean, I can do that on my computer, though, is the thing. It'd be like, play while I'm taking a crap or something. That'd be really the only benefit to having it on my phone at work. I'm sure you all wanted to hear that. I'm not exactly the most ladylike person ever. I'm not ashamed. Yeah, I thought I was gonna aggro all those guys. Whoops-a-daisies. Oh, the bathroom is when you're supposed to do Redditing. Yeah, you're probably right. I don't even have a Reddit app on my phone. That's like how bad I am at keeping up to date with things. I just always like open up a web browser on my phone to Reddit. Which is really dumb because like their desktop version for mobile really sucks. And it would probably make my life much easier if I would just install the app. But I'm a lazy fucker. Oh crap! I wasn't paying attention. I tried that years ago, it was terrible, and I think they have a new one now, but whatever. Okay, so you do the same thing, going from the web browser. I don't like typing on my phone anyway, so I pretty much just read stuff on it. I'm one of those people that really cares about my grammar and spelling, and it's way harder to proofread my post on my phone than it is on a computer. This guy's kind of a bitch to kill. No! Crap! Fortunately, even though I have a lower level staff right now, the rest of my gear is higher up and it's giving me more hit points and whatnot. Oh, leave me alone. look at that, I got some reputation. What is that? Oh, okay, I'm not actually as high as I thought. Alright, we got some silver. Actually, that was a decent amount of silver compared to what I had before, so hooray! I love typing on my phone. Everyone is always impressed at how fast I am, especially for someone of, like, normal age. The young people admire me. That's funny. Do you have, like, a really big phone, or do you have a small phone? Because that sometimes affects typing speed as well. Alright! How close did that get us to leveling up? Holy... Oh boy. Alright, looks like we would have to do that about twice more and then spend 7 learning points in order to get to the tier 4 holy staff. So perhaps we will do that another time. Yeah, see these other abilities here we can unlock by repeating this tier over and over again. But we'll see how far I decide to take that. iPhone 5. Oh my god! I love the iPhone 5! I wish... I had the iPhone 5 when I had my bike accident, and it was in my pocket, so it got utterly smashed. It actually still works. I have used it as an alarm for myself when I didn't have my other phone, like if I left it at work or something. I can charge up that phone and use it as an alarm. It doesn't have any service because I switched that over to my new phone, but the screen is like completely shattered and the phone is bent in 2 directions, and it still technically works. I just get glass shards all over my hands if I try to touch the screen much, so... Yeah, but now I have an iPhone 6S, which I'm like, no, it's too fucking big! And they told me when I got this phone that they had just made a new model that was the same as the 5S, basically, just newer, but like the same size and everything. But they're like, oh, except we're on a 1-month back order. And I'm like, I can't have a back order. I just like almost died, and now I have broken bones, and I need help from people. Like, I can't be living in my place for a month without a phone, so I had to buy the bigger one. Sad day. Oh no, your home button is broken. No, don't upgrade it. You should order one of the ones that are made to be the same size as the 5S. Like, you should do that now before you actually need it, because it's probably still back ordered, because apparently I wasn't alone in thinking that I like the smaller size better. Anyway, it is now 10 o'clock, so I suppose this would be a good time to stop the stream. We had a good gathering run and a nice little testing out of the holy spec, and I think that's a good stopping point. So, thanks everyone for joining me in the stream tonight. I had a lot of fun, even though it was pretty much only Sean talking to me, but thank you, Sean, for being around and keeping me entertained. So thanks a lot, everyone, and until next time, stay foxy.